Okie dokie. How's it going, guys? Looks like we are good to go for one more of the last couple of prediction videos we're going to be bringing to you all for season three. We're at week 7 now, so this week and then next week, and we're finished. At least for the qualifying. Obviously, we have season finals, which is kind of a big deal. Still playing for 200k. Still going to be doing our thing in LA. So almost done, but we have a nice top 8 good to go again for EU and NA. Now,
we should probably say almost immediately why we are not on the predictions bit. It's because the site's under maintenance. So
oh yeah, of course.
the site's under maintenance. So unfortunately, for the duration of the video, we're going to be more talking. So feel free to tab out, do whatever you want, and just have this on in the background. There really isn't anything to watch with the exception of the Pro League homepage. So other than that, we're going to go into game number 1, which Mitsu Owns gave us the top 8 on his Twitter. If you want to bring up the top 8 on his Twitter, Jake, you'll find, just keep scrolling down and you'll find both the NA
I
and
actually
EU.
posted the EU top 8 myself because one thing straight up before we even get into this is this is definitely Russia's week. For ESL for EU, which is great to see. Obviously, week 1 Russia was very dominant, but that was because Madsen and Foxy. That was partly due to Foxy and Madsen not entering. However, the same cannot be said for week 7. Doc, who is fighting Harry Nightmare in round 1, eliminated Foxy Grandpa for top 8, 3-2 last round. So Doc joins Irish Mantis as one of 2 players to defeat Foxy in Season 3. But Doc versus Harry Nightmare, I'm going to say I don't really know what variation Doc's going to go with because Ronin's great and obviously you have to hold a lot of Ronin, so if Harry Nightmare gets put on the defensive, he's going to have to deal with it. But Doc had quite a strong Shiro Ryu against Foxy, so I think he could go with either one here.
Well, the reality is I think that Takeda has a better neutral than Sonya. Like, I just think that the tools that Takeda has will deal with what Sonya wants to do. She in that neutral, she's going to have to play his game across Ronin or Shiryu, and we know that Doc plays both of them. So, I mean, Doc taking out Foxy, 3-2 last round, really good set. We've actually watched the match back and it was a good set, but like what I'm happy about for season 3 is that it's not the same person winning every single week because, I mean, look, Irish Madness took out Foxy one week in Grand Finals. Foxy, this is, I believe, the first time he has entered an ESL Pro League and has not made top 8. This is the first time ever he has not made top 8. And Sonic Fox, obviously, with the consecutive 3 weeks in a row where he didn't win, and 2 of those, I believe it was 2 of those, he didn't actually make top 8 because Slayer took him out one week and Big D took him out another. It's very healthy for the game that players are taking out the top dogs and showing that they too can play and they too are really strong.
Especially this close to season finals as well. Like it's good for everyone under these guys right now.
I was about to
see that they can bleed. They're not invincible.
I was about to say it's a boost of confidence for the upcoming players, and it's a wake up call for those that are on the top. That they can be defeated and they need to be ready for the finals and not underestimate anyone. But game number 1, I think Doc's going to win. Personally, Harry Nightmare has a really hard time with characters that shut down that kind of airborne neutral that he has a lot of. And I just think Doc's going to shut it down. I just look at the matchup in my head and I see Takeda running away with that, personally.
Well, I agree. I personally don't think Harry Nightmare has done enough of evolving his game to the way it gets played now. Obviously, the way Harry Nightmare plays, it works for him. He makes top 8 and that's all, and that is great. And clearly Harry Nightmare knows what he's doing. But I don't feel the way he plays cover ops really caters to the highest of the high level play now. And I think Doc, on the other hand, has Shiro Ryu down and what makes that so good, and as well as Ronin. And I just see Doc pulling it through. Game number 2, we get to see Vladi7R make his top 8 return after quite some time versus Irish Mantis. Now, this is a match we've seen before. We've not seen it before, but we know it's taken place in the Pro League. Yes, we know Irish Mantis has defeated Vladi in the cage mirror before for top 8. But didn't see it. Now we get to see it.
Oh, sorry, I'm yawning. It's late at night here. To be honest, yeah. I mean, Irish Madness has fought Vladi. I think it was 3-1, A-list versus Stunt Double. So far, Madness has proven that he's really good at the cage mirror in this league because he's defeated Flet in the cage mirror, he's defeated Vladi in the cage mirror, and they're kind of like the 2 stronger CIS cages in the league. Cheap Eddie doesn't enter, so he hasn't got that kind of cage representation. But Irish Madness has done really well, and I mean, he can be quite comfortable because if you think about it, really the pressure's on Vladdy this week. He has to beat Madness. Madness has already guaranteed himself another 25 points. He was already comfortably number 4 to begin with. So by getting those 25 points, he's further kind of cemented his placing for the finals. Whereas Vladdy,
well, especially considering Boki's not here, Storm's not here.
Exactly. Boki and Storm not being here is good for Vladdy because it means that he's overtaking Storm, you know. So he has to win. He has to beat Madness to have that chance to crawl back. Otherwise, the pressure's on him for next week to play bloody well. Otherwise, he's not going to make it. So Madness could pull this through on just a comfort level alone. We don't know how Vladdy rises to pressure. It seems like when someone shuts him down, they shut him down really hard. Like, he has a really strong fundamental game plan, but if you know how to deal with that, it seems like he kind of struggles to get around what you do. And that's what we saw when he fought Madsen, right? He had a really hard time dealing with that. So if he's doing
we
that...
We saw it as well versus Sacron in week 1.
Yeah, exactly. So he was really dominant apart from when he was on the back foot, and that was when we saw the cracks. And stunt double will put you on the back foot if he gets going. But then again, A-list is A-list as well, so...
Well, I mean, honestly, stunt double A-list, I think Mantis is going to have a good chance here. I actually think, on paper, this should actually be a good matchup for stunt double because stunt double still has pressure. You have to hold it. Doesn't cost him stamina. So let's think about this. They have the exact same neutral. Forward 3 into stunt double, straight kick. Plus as hell, you're holding stuff after that. Forward 3 dash cancel, you're holding stuff. Dash cancelling costs stamina, stunt double doesn't. And stunt double has a better projectile, so they're not going to keep each other out as such, but stunt double's going to have more of a traditional way of dealing with the full screen game. They both have the exact same normals. Their only stunt double isn't going to cost stamina and is going to be able to break if he gets armored out. Whereas if A-list is pressure in stunt double, and stunt double makes a good read on meter burn nut punch, he's not going to be able to break it immediately because he's used his stamina on the pressure. So I think Irish Madness has actually got a really good chance of taking this again.
Vladdy can rise to it for sure. I think Irish Madness is just generally going to be more comfortable in the matchup, but I mean the pressure's on Vladdy to win this, and if he wins it, he will overtake Storm. I mean I think he might have already overtaken Storm. By just getting top 8. I'll have to double check, but I think he has. So, I mean, he has to win to be comfortable and not have as much pressure next week to place, although he will need to place. What's game number 3?
So, game number 3 is another Russian mirror match. It's another Russian match. It's Sacron versus Stossen. Now, this is interesting because this is going to sound horrible. I can't remember if they've fought each other before. They must have done at some point, but still, Stossen is a very, very flashy Jackie Briggs player. Sacron is just hella consistent. Like, what can we say about him now that we haven't already said 100 times? The guy's just a beast. Secured himself for Season 3 finals. Consistent as all hell. Amazing with so many different characters. Gave us quite possibly the best set we've ever seen in the ESL MKX Pro League last week with Sacron versus Madsen, which we could see again. But, I mean, I actually don't know how to call this. I mean, Sacron would be a safe, stable prediction because of his success. But, again, Stossen really needs to win. Like, he doesn't need to just beat Sacron here. He needs to beat Juppe or Madsen as well. He needs to get a grand final placing to put himself in a good amount of points for making finals now. It's getting too late.
Yeah, I would say that because the thing is, we see Stossen does really well versus impatient players, and the thing is, Sacron's one of the most patient players I think I've ever seen. So this is going to be an interesting match either way because it's an opponent with a play style I am yet to see Stossen actually deal with. Sacron is incredibly patient, and we're not going to be able to even call the matchup because we know that Sacron can play Kung Jin, Aaron Black, and Katana.
Who do you reckon he's going to go to for Jackie?
Probably Kung Jin, right? I mean, just the added keeping her arm's length. I mean, I think Flauto will do well versus Royal Storm or so Katana, in my opinion. The range, you can contest with her range, and I mean, Aaron Black will get Zoe. I mean, he's going to have to play Jackie's full screen game. Maybe not so much in Gunslinger. Maybe not.
I think he'll just go Shaolin, to be honest.
I think he's going to go
low chakram to go under the full auto gunshots. stop the move
Oh
from
yeah, yeah,
finishing, so he
dude.
doesn't stand up into it.
I think for low chakra alone, we're going to see him go Shaolin. I mean, she can't do projectiles because low chakra will just go underneath it, and that's it. Bam, done. Like I would almost guarantee. I think we're going to see Kung Jin picked for this matchup. But other than that, I think Sakron will win. If he goes Shaolin, I do believe Sakron will win because he'll probably force Shotgun out of Stozen because of the low chakra or Shaolin in general. He's probably going to force Shotgun out of Stozen. And if he does that, then even if he's going to be able to kind of go toe-to-toe with damage, he's not going to have the limb range, he's not going to have the range in general, and he's still going to have to play Shaolin's game.
Well, let's think of it this way. Let's say it starts off Shaolin versus full auto and Sakron wins game 1. Let's say he decides to go to Shotgun instead because let's say that the machine guns got shut down, so he has to go Shotgun. Sakron goes to Katana, where Shotgun has no full screen presence. And then Sakron loses game 2, goes back to Kung Jin. So Sakron goes, no, hang on.
I know exactly what you're talking about, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, if Sakron's going to have a lot of leeway because he plays so many different characters, and we know Stossen just plays Jackie in multiple variations. I just think Sakron's got a little bit more room to breathe. I mean, honestly, hand on heart, I think Sakron's probably going to win it, but that wouldn't surprise me if we see Stossen just pull something crazy out of his sleeve because he needs to win this. He can't go home in top 8 now, or his season 3 finals dreams will kind of be dwindling, unfortunately.
Yeah. Almost
now,
over.
Our last match for EU week 7 is going to be Yuppei versus Madden. I've seen this a bunch before. Straight up, I think Madden's going to win again. I think Yuppei's going to do really well, but much like Stossen, he needs to win. But unfortunately for Yuppei, he's got to fight a player that we've seen beat him a lot in season 3. I say a lot, like a couple times, sure, but I mean, I know Yuppei's beaten Madsen before, but I know that was Madsen was trying out Cyber Sub-Zero for his first time in tournament like months ago when they first came out, and I don't know. I think Madsen just kind of has Yuppei's number a bit. I think it'll be Cutthroat Blood God, and while Cutthroat is great and it is a super top character right now, I think Blood God does really well against it. The damage reduction does a lot because it means that you can't really ever use your damage buff against Blood God because you will take more damage than you're probably going to deal to Kotal Khan. And just the general damage reduction total means that you have to hit him a lot. And he has great normals. He can contest 4-2 and the down back 1 range really well. It's down 4, contests Kano's down 4. And I just don't see Madsen being the kind of player to really fall for that instant airball nonsense that I know we see Kano players do a lot, just for like the instant overhead. I just don't think Madsen's ever going to get hit by that a lot in clutch situations. And also, finally, I really don't think instant airball becomes an option against Blood God when he's got the damage reduction turn up, because why would you do something like that for like 3-4%?
That's not going to be worth it in a million years. I think Madsen was going to take this match purely because of past results. But again, it's one person desperately needing the points and the other one sitting pretty with hundreds. So, I mean, Yuppei, I'd be happy to see him win because it would further increase his chance to go to the finals. But Madsen is a lot more comfortable here. He's feeling a lot less pressure, and he has defeated Yuppei in the past. This is a comfortable situation for him. So, what's the North American? I believe game number 1 is actually for North America is Wound Cowboy, CR Wound Cowboy, and CR Sonic Fox. Now, these guys have fought in tournament a whole bunch of times, and in ESL, Wound Cowboy has defeated Sonic Fox in the past in Season 2. So, I mean, everyone can beat anyone, I think, in this American top 8 in general. But this match, I think Sonic Fox has the potential to win because he's just got a whole bunch of new characters. I haven't seen Wound Cowboy deal with like the new characters that Sonic Fox uses now. I've never seen Wound Cowboy fight as Jackie. I've never seen him fight as Alien because we know that Wound's going to go Shinnok. We know he's going to pick Shinnok. So I think Sonic Fox is purely going to just win on the consistency level. He has beat Wound more than Wound has beat Sonic Fox. And again, I mean, like, I've not checked the American standings in a while. I don't even think Wound Cowboy even has much of a chance to qualify at this point. But I mean, the pressure on him is that he has to win. You know, he has to win this week. He has to win next week because he has such little points compared to what he had in Season 2. Winning is absolutely necessary, and that's a lot of pressure when like the best players in the world are entering every single week.
Well, I think it'll be really awesome success story for Wound though.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Think about it, like imagine I mean, I don't even know if he's going to Combo Breaker, then this is obviously a moot point. But if he is not, then imagine if he just wins week 7 and 8 and that 200 points gets him to the finals at the last minute. That would be incredible.
I don't know how you could be a competitive North American player and not go to Combo Breaker, to be honest, unless you really absolutely cannot make it at all. You have to be at Combo Breaker. I mean, for God's sake, it's a one chance to qualify offline major. You qualify there, you play for 200k.
But strategically thinking, just what if everyone's thinking that this is the ESL last chance qualifier? I've got to go there, right? It's my last chance.
Final week might not have talent there.
Or think this is going to mean that week 8 is open season. There's going to be no Sonic Fox, no Slayer, no Forever King, no Scar.
I mean, if you're one of those players that needs 100 points and you win
that's
that
what I'm saying. Like on the assumption that they're all going. I don't know their plans for certain, but you know what I'm saying, right? While we're here saying every competitive North American player should be at Combo Breaker because it's a last chance qualifier, yes, they absolutely should. But there are a few people in this situation where that 100 points of ESL Week 8, that is going to be a lot more attractive and a lot more open because the best players in America are at Combo Breaker and won't be playing. They are going to be in a situation where they would choose, It's a risk. Go to Combo Breaker and have just fight for your absolute life because you are fighting the best players in America for that spot. Win that spot, go to season finals, or put all your hopes and dreams into ESL Week 8, which single elimination, you lose, you're out, and you're also not a Combo Breaker, so you've lost your opportunity to qualify there as well.
That's
what
a
an
big
odd situation to be
That's
into.
a big decision for some players to make, absolutely. What was game number 2? Go to Mitsuones posted it on Twitter.
Yeah, you asked me to do that right at the start of the video, and I haven't. Hang on.
I believe game number 2 was Orbit Hayate versus Gun Show. I'm fairly certain
Let me just
that was...
confirm for you. Thank you, Base Mitsuones, for saving us.
Yeah, shout-outs to Mitsuones, man. I mean, ESL site's down, so I can't look at the bracket. But I believe it's Orbit Hayate versus Noble Gun Show. I think that's game number 2.
Where is it?
Keep scrolling, you'll get there.
There we go. Yeah, it's Gun Show versus Hayate. So Noble Gun Show, Orbit Hayate.
I mean, we know Gun Show's played Ronin. He has a Ronin. He actually plays Ronin. So I mean,
does he?
Yeah, he used it against Foxy at a tournament. I can't remember what one.
I want to point out, Gun Show defeated DJT in a reverse 3-0.
And it was with Cutthroat Kano. He lost twice as Kung Jin and then went to Cutthroat Kano and then reverse 3-0'd DJT. I think Hayate
this could be Ronin versus Cutthroat.
Dude, if Hayate does well this week, Hayate could win this week. He could totally. Then again, Gunshow could. Everyone could win this week, right? But Gunshow, I mean, as far as I'm aware, he's been in more. I wonder, has he? Because Hayate's been in top 8s before. Man, I wish I had the play site.
I would assume that. I mean, assuming straight up because we haven't got access to the play site, and obviously NA isn't where we pay as close attention to in terms
Not
of like
my
ladder
area
points.
of expertise.
But I would assume they're quite close point-wise. I mean, they've both made top 8 in the past.
A ton of North America are close. It's great.
But that's what I mean. It's wonderful. They're in a great situation. That it's a toss-up to the bitter end. But Gunshow Hayate, I haven't got a clue how to call this one. Obviously, they're both Canadian boys.
That's
I
a
assume
3-2.
they've played.
That's going to be a 3-2, I think.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, looking at who they're fighting after, I think Hayate has a higher chance at dealing with Fox or Cowboy, but I mean, that might be the biggest difference as to why Fox has made top 8 this week, though, is he actually went Alien again, and he hasn't played Alien for weeks. Goes Alien and makes top 8. I think he just had a bit of a chip on his shoulder about the Alien hate train that was the community for an unfortunate couple of weeks, and unfortunately is still continuing to this day. But still, Hayate, Ronin, awesome character right now, phenomenal. But Gunshow again, Shaolin Kung Jin, Cutthroat Kano, even Killer Leatherface. I just don't think we're going to see him play it. I mean, 3-2, either one of them. I honestly can't say.
I'd like to see Hayate go far just because of Ronin. I love Ronin, and I feel Hayate, even to this day, I don't feel like he has enough props. I don't think he has enough props because he's such a strong player. Not saying Gunshow
we're gonna. Unless Hayate qualifies to the finals and wins EVO or something, we're gonna reach the end of this game in, I don't know, let's say a couple of years' time, let's say it does what MK9 did and lasts like 3 or 4 years, and Hayate is just going to be one of those guys that was amazing the whole time, but never got as much respect as he, or as much props as he really
This
deserved
guy
for just how
is
good he was.
literally the best Ronin player on the planet. Like, no joke. Do you know what I mean? Either way, right. So, sorry, game number 3, I believe.
Scar versus Forever King.
Ooh, well, it's definitely gonna be Sonya. As far as I'm aware, Scar is like no more BS. It's all about Sonya now, going with what works and getting those points. Because Scar's comfortable, but he wants to be seeded. Like he doesn't want to give up seeding anymore. You know, it's qualifying guaranteed. You can rest easy. But if you can do the strongest you can to seed yourself, to try and give yourself a quote unquote easier path getting into the finals, I mean that's something to earn as well. But Forever King, he needs to win this. He's making consistent top 8s for sure, but I mean he needs these points. We say this about everyone, but again, it's Scar who has loads of points versus King, who is in very. He's right there. He's right there on the edge, especially with so many American players being deadlocked within each other. Like, you know, he needs these points desperately. King could win because, I mean, Mr. Aquaman's Kotal defeated Scar. So we have seen Scar lose to Kotal Khan before, but we know that King plays, well, all kinds of characters. He plays Lao, he plays Kotal Khan, he plays Predator, he plays Alien, he plays bloody all kinds of characters. But I think he's going to go Kotal. It seems to be his comfort pick now as War God Kotal Khan, which we've seen Scar lose to.
I find that very odd.
Of him especially, I think.
Well, it's out of nowhere. It's just Forever King plays all these characters and just settles on War God Kotal Khan. Like,
this might be his funnest character, you know?
I mean, that probably is it, right? He probably just enjoys it the most. But I mean, I quite like it. It fits King's playstyle. He's really good with it. And yeah, no, it's cool. But still, I'm with you on this one.
I think another 3-2.
Ooh, game 4 is a very NA Season 3 matchup. It's Yobi Slayer and CR Dragon again.
Run back.
Now, Slayer wants to win that bad. Dragon's confirmed, but I mean, we know Slayer's a passionate player, right? He takes this to heart when he plays. And Slayer is one of those players at Combo Breaker. So if Slayer loses to Dragon now, is that his Season 3 dreams gone?
Maybe not. Oh, man, it depends. Is he going to have a chance to enter? I mean, is this his final chance to play in ESL? If he goes to Combo Breaker, is this his final chance? That's what you have to ask yourself.
Wait. Hang on. No. Combo Breaker is not even next week. What are we talking about?
What is the date? I can't even remember.
Combo Breaker is next week, but Week 8 plays this Sunday.
You know what's weird though? It's basically that I think the reason a lot of people got confused is because
unless they're traveling on Wednesday and can't play.
Yeah, because it depends on, they might be traveling early, and also some people on Twitter have been wording this. Players that are going to Combo Breaker have been wording this as their last ESL. So for some players, this is the final chance. I mean, we don't know what their situation is. We don't know if they're able to enter. Some of them might be, some of them won't be.
We're going based on what the players have said, not what we think it is, basically. For sure.
Like, I don't know whether it was a typo or whatever, but quite a few players have been wording this week as their final ESL. And they're players that would definitely not have missed Week 8 had they not had a reason to, which they're going to Combo Breaker. I mean, like, that's what they've all been saying. So who knows? Either way, I mean, it's an important week nonetheless. We just don't know what their situation is. But Slayer, I mean, again, not only does he want to win for the points, but I mean, I think he just wants to beat Dragon. Like, he had Dragon's number compared in the offline majors when it was Tanya versus Lao. But since Dragon's made the switch to Tarkatan, Slayer just hasn't been able to beat him, I don't think. I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, Dragon has defeated Slayer with Tarkatan multiple times in the Pro League.
He has done, yes, and I think for that, obviously Slayer's going to want to not only get the points but show the world that he can beat Dragon in ESL.
For sure. Well, I believe that might be the end of this.
I guess so. I mean, obviously, guys, sorry that if it was a bit hard to follow this week. We don't have the play site.
Yeah, I have not got the brackets, unfortunately. The play site is down for maintenance, routine maintenance. So
has this been more of a podcast episode? Just listen to us chat bollocks for a little while.
Hey, man, we told you guys at the very beginning, tab out, do something else, and listen to us rather than watch the screen. So you know how it is. Well, that's it. Cheers, guys. It's quite nice to sit down and do these, and it's really sad that this is week 7. I mean, week 8 next week, and that's it. Like, we're not going to have a chance to do these. Sad boys.
Yeah.
Right. Either way.
Yeah, sad boys indeed when Pro League is finished.
Either way, that's it from us, guys. We will see you on Wednesday, as always. CIS/EU first, and then we're going to do a couple of hours later straight into North America. So cheers, take care, and we'll see you Wednesday.
See you later, guys.